What's up, guys? Welcome back to my weekly Wednesday live. I know I've had a bit of a hiatus from these while I was doing my launch. Today I want to talk to you about a few takeaways that I had from a trip that I did this past weekend. I went to Boston and I attended a business retreat held by Jill Coleman, which is Jill Fit. You guys should check her out if you're not familiar. She's really awesome. So this event was geared towards online business owners, but there were some takeaways that I got that I thought were really impactful and really important for all kinds of other stuff. And I'm going to talk specifically about building healthier habits, like cooking more, getting back into the gym, and just getting in shape in general. So the first takeaway was that we want to be always taking action. So something that I see all the time, and something that I used to do myself when I was first learning about fitness, was we're always reading more. We're always looking for more information. We're always trying to get the next best thing, the newest diet, the best exercise program. And what happens is that we become like armchair experts, and we know a lot of stuff, but we never take action on that because we're convinced that there's a better way, there's a better thing just beyond the horizon. And if we just keep reading, we're gonna figure out what that is. Another thing that we'll do is maybe we'll take action on one thing and then we'll just bounce around from thing to thing to thing because we're constantly bombarded with new information. So my challenge for you is to just take action on one or two key things. Most of us know what the one or two things are that are holding us back. For a lot of my clients, it's just getting into the gym more regularly. It's cooking more of your own meals, or maybe learning how to cook if you're not actually sure what you should even be doing. Focus on those things and just do those things consistently. I'm going to talk about consistency in a second, but you want to actually just do the thing, and you want to do the thing over and over. If you're always waiting, or you're always trying to learn more, you're never going to get to where you want to go. There's so much power in just taking action and doing something, figuring out what works through actual action. I know I keep saying action, but sitting around thinking things over is just not a good solution. So I challenge you, if you know the one or two things, it could just be one thing, that's totally fine, but I wouldn't do more than like two. I think that would be too much, but just take that one thing, do it consistently over the next week. So the next thing that we talked a lot about was consistency. So I'm sure you guys have seen, but I've been trying to post a lot and write a lot. So that's where consistency plays in with my online stuff. But with you, just a person trying to get in shape, trying to lose weight, build muscle, whatever your goals are, consistency is the number one thing that you can do to get results. Now, if you're doing something repeatedly, you're doing it consistently, you're doing it more often than not, even if that thing is not like the perfect thing, it's not the perfect diet, it's not the perfect workout program, you're gonna see much better results than someone who has like the perfect diet, but it's not a good fit for them and they can't stick with it. I've talked about this a lot as well. But we need to be doing things a long time to see change. If you are someone who's overweight and out of shape, you likely didn't get that way overnight. It probably took you many years to get to that point. And if you want to get out of that, it's also going to take you a long time. So having a long-term view of things, being more patient, and doing the reps, getting into the gym at least 2-3 times a week, making sure that more of your meals are looking healthier. Doing that stuff consistently, it accumulates. So you might not see like the flashbang 12-week complete body transformation, but over the course of many months and years, you're going to be a lot better off. One thing that I've said to people a lot that I really like is that you might think that your goals are going to take you a really long time, but that time is going to pass anyway. 6 months is going to pass regardless of whether you use those 6 months to consistently improve yourself or whether you sat on your hands and you didn't take action and you were just kind of like moving around, you were here and there and you didn't stick with your program. So whatever you can do to become more consistent is going to help you out tremendously in the long run. Just a side note, I have linked in the Facebook blurb about this live and then also my Instagram profile to my 4C system. So if you guys missed that in the spring when I launched it, it's a 5-day email course. It talks about all of the different tools that I use to help people become more consistent exercisers. So you can sign up for that and you'll get the first email right away, and then you get them all after that. So if you are struggling with consistency and you want some help or you want some more information on how to do a better job with that, I'd love for you to sign up for that as well. The last thing that I learned from the weekend is the power of investing in yourself. So I did a Facebook post on this the other day, but I want to talk about it a little bit more. So a lot of times we think that we can get to where we want to go by ourselves. And as someone who's like very independent and I like to do things by myself, I've fallen victim to this as well. But I've found over the years that the things that I'm trying to do that are like the biggest goals, the most challenging goals, I always do a better job and see better results, learn a lot more when I'm working under the guidance of a coach or working in some sort of a group where everyone in the group is like working towards a similar goal. And this has been true for my whole life. So when I was a musician, as all of the musicians listening to this know, you spend hours and hours of time and tons and tons of money investing in private lessons. This extends when you go to college. You chase the best professors and mentors and studios because you know that you need that investment in yourself to get to peak performance as a musician. As someone who was trying to lose weight years ago, I did a lot of work on my own, but I also had some of the periods of the most growth and the most learning when I worked with a coach, whether it was an in-person trainer, an online trainer, a group training program. I've done all of these things. I've even done, as I mentioned, like the paid do-it-yourself programs. That was still an investment in myself. I realized that I didn't have the tools that I needed to go it alone, and I sought out people that were more qualified, more experienced, more knowledgeable to learn from, and that was hugely beneficial. And then as a professional, of course, I do certifications and courses and going to live events like the one I did this weekend. I mean, they're a big investment of money and time. And for me, I've talked about how the live events can be a little bit stressful as an introvert, but I still do them because I know that the payoff in the long term is so much more than what I put into them. So all of this is to say that whatever your goals are, even if they're not fitness related, if they're like relationship, professional, whatever, if you've been thinking over like taking the next step and investing in yourself, I would say that it's almost always a good idea. Now, as a caveat, you should always do your research because there are a lot of shady people out there in all fields trying to make a quick buck off of you. So make sure that you're investing in things that are quality proven resources, and also know that just because you hire a coach in any field doesn't mean that you're going to magically get to where you want to go. You still have to put in the work, but having an external eye, having some additional guidance and support is just so beneficial. So I really can't overstate the fact that investing in yourself almost always pays off. So again, just to summarize some quick takeaways from the weekend, it was a business retreat, but there was a lot of good stuff that can apply to all areas of your life, especially getting in shape. So first of all, take action. Most of us know the couple of things that are standing in our way, or the couple of things that we could do to move towards our goals. Just do them. Don't overthink it. Don't look for more information. Just start doing them. Second thing, which is closely related, is consistency. Consistency is the single most important thing that you can do to get better results. Even if your workout program or your diet are suboptimal, if you do them consistently, you will get much better results than starting and stopping. And then the last thing was just invest in yourself, whether that's hiring a trainer or a coach, buying a workout program, whether that's going to some sort of like couples counseling or some family, relationship building thing, whatever it is. I can't recommend it enough. Make sure you do your research and invest in people that are proven and are qualified and aren't like just out to take your money. But there's so much good resources out there, and whatever you're trying to improve, I guarantee you can find someone to help you get to the next step, and that's almost always worth it. If you want to do that in fitness, I do training and coaching, so if you have any questions, please just send me a DM. I'm happy to help however I can. I also mentioned that I have my 4C system linked in Instagram and in Facebook, and this is just a totally free 5-day email course to give you some tools to become a more consistent exerciser. So if that's your biggest struggle, I'd love for you to check that out as well. Otherwise, have a good week, guys. Thanks for watching.